What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box, we're kind of just doing a showcase, not really a review this time around, although 3 of these are going to be up for review because they are all new castings. Very, very cool there. This is Timeless Icons. It is the final car culture premium set from Hot Wheels in 2025, and they are ending the year out with a bang for sure. New Ferrari, new JDM icon here, and an absolute banger of a car that we have never had from Hot Wheels for so long. So, and then also 2 kind of like much loved castings as well. That's beside the point though. What a good set I think this is. Let's go ahead and get them unboxed and take a closer look at them. Woo, magic. Now they're all back in their packaging. So let's go ahead and get them out of their packaging here. Now I'm going to do this how I typically do it. I'm going to start with the one that kind of is my least favorite, and we'll kind of work our way up to my favorites here. So with that being said, I think we're gonna pick, yeah, it's gonna be the Porsche Carrera GT. That's gonna be the first one we open here. And here it is out of the cardboard there. Mine has a little bit of a QC issue there. Actually, it's got a handful of like just small little paint mishaps, which is unfortunate, but it is something that you kind of see a lot on Hot Wheels. But yeah, so this one is my least favorite, not because I think the car is lame or anything, but simply because it's so very similar to ones we've already had. So we have had the Carrera GT for a while now. The casting has not really been changed any or retooled at all, except for I think this is the first time it's ever had a metal base. So yeah, this exact deco has been done before, and we even have a main line that's extremely similar to this. So for that reason, it's going to be my least favorite, but that does not mean that it's not cool, because it is still very cool. So 4th place in my rankings here, it's going to be the Nissan Skyline GT-R. Yeah, sorry guys, this one is a new casting, so that is obviously going to be cool. But I just am not the biggest fan of Skylines. I'm sorry, just like JDM cars in general just aren't my cup of tea really. But this is definitely cool, and I really like the kind of separation between the old R34 casting, which is a slightly different trim level of the Skyline, if I'm understanding that correctly. But enough yapping, let's get it open. And here it is. Yeah, that looks really nice. I really am digging the deco that this one got. That metal flake blue looks really good. The wheels fit it nicely. Casting proportions and everything have been done quite nicely. So yeah, while this might have been the 4th most exciting one for me, that it by no means means that this is bad or like should be slept on or anything. This thing is beautiful. It's fantastic, and I am absolutely thrilled with how it came out. Like, this is probably going to be the new R34 like casting that I kind of display. That's going to be like the new highlight mobile. 3rd place, it's going to be the Koenigsegg Agera R. Absolutely love this car. Absolutely love this casting. However, this casting, weirdly, because it took so long for us to get it between 1st and 2nd releases, this is now like the 5th or 6th release of the casting. So for that reason, it is not going to be as hype as some of the others. But with that being said, though, I absolutely love the car, love the casting, so I am always going to be excited about a new release of it. And here we have it. Yeah, it looks great. Not really my favorite wheel choice for it here, but I do like that they're blacked out. I don't know. I think the wheel is just too big here in the back, and I don't remember that being present on older versions of the casting. Maybe I'm just wrong here, but something doesn't quite look right back there, and I think like that back wheel is just a little bit too big. I really don't remember that being the case on older versions of the car. Maybe that's just me. I'm a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. That being said, though, the deco is beautiful and definitely unique, that's for sure. This is not going to be able to just hide away on your display. That is definitely a stunner to look at deco-wise. 2nd place is also a new casting. It's the Lexus LFA. Shocking that it's taken this long for Hot Wheels to give us an LFA. They have gone with the wing up to kind of differentiate it from the Matchbox LFA, which hopefully this is better than, because the Matchbox one left a little bit to be desired. So let's go ahead and get it open and see how they've done. Just from first glances, I'm pretty happy with it. Now I have the DCT LFAs, so as far as like a really nice LFA, I'm good. I don't need anything that's too crazy. But for the job that Hot Wheels has done here, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Like, I think this is pretty good. A nice representation of an LFA. Now, I don't have the Matchbox one on hand to do a direct comparison of, but that is one that I am planning to do down the road, because I think that, especially with the fact that they both got white as their first release, it'd be very interesting to kind of compare and contrast the two. But from what I can see here, I actually really, really like this. I think Hot Wheels did a good job with it. And lastly, it's going to be the Ferrari F50. Big Ferrari fan. Big fan of the F50. I actually like the F50 more than I like the F40. So very excited for this one. Even though I don't think I'm going to love the casting as much as I've liked other Hot Wheels Ferraris this year. But yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at it and see if it is living up to the hype I'm hoping it will. And here we go. The Ferrari F50. Yeah, that looks very nice. So it did come out quite good. It definitely kind of puts the old F50 castings to shame, both of them. Yeah, very, very big improvement there. Still, proportionally, I think it might just be just a touch off. Just same kind of deal I had with the older F50s. They just, something doesn't seem quite right about it. Like, just a little bit short. But that is something I knew before I picked it up, so that's not really anything I'm going to complain about. I mean, there are BBR F50s on the way, so if you really want absolute precision, Centauria, BBR, go with one of those. But this is definitely fun. I am enjoying what I have seen of it so far. Yeah, good, very good call here. And that is the last one. So here we have timeless icons. We've got a car from the 90s, another car from the 90s. We got a car from the early 2000s, the late 2000s, and the early 2010s. Definitely a good sampling, kind of like a modern classics almost, where nothing is too old, but nothing is like super modern either. I'm a huge fan of this mix, honestly. Like, this is going to be right up there with my favorite mixes of the year. It's going to be a tough call between this and Circuit Legends and Eurospeed. Yeah, there's some really good mixes here this year. But this is Timeless Icons, and yeah, now that I have them out of my packaging, I really don't know if I can tell you which one is my favorite. The Porsche is still going to be my least favorite. It's the biggest one with, like, the QC issues. Not really QC issues, but, like, little paint defects and whatnot. And again, I have this exact car already from, like, Speed Machines and from a mainline that there's very few differences of. So a little bit disappointing there. The other four, absolute bangers. I mean, 3 new castings in the set, too. No complaints at all, guys. That is it. That is Timeless Icons. And I think that wraps up 2025 car culture premium sets as well. So, guys, that is all I have for you. Make sure you give the video a like, subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment telling me which one of these is your favorite. And I will see you guys in the next video.